The grasshoppers, on the other hand, have seemed to never do well in the ecosystem. As many times as I have introduced them to the ecosystem, they never seem to establish themselves well enough to exist past a second generation. Now, I'm not exactly sure on what the cause is, but I know that the main two factors is humidity and temperature. Now, I don't think that the humidity is too high, especially with the system venting, but I guess it is a possibility. And in the past, it was for sure the cause of their population to not be able to do well because the humidity was most definitely too high. But at the moment, the system is venting, and I don't believe that the humidity is too high. Although I don't have measurements right now, I'm basically going off of how much of this humidity is sticking to the glass. But that's probably going to be the next step, is to measure the conditions within the ecosystem. That way we can get a better picture of what might be going on to these grasshoppers. Now, since adding these grasshoppers about 3 weeks ago, most of them have seemed to fall off. Now, I've seen that they've been actively hunted by the squareback marsh crab, but I haven't seen the squareback marsh crab successfully take one down. At the moment, I'm counting about 7 or 8 of these grasshoppers, although I'm sure that there's more. And with all of these grasshoppers that are currently here, they really haven't made any kind of dent on the grass. Although they're definitely eating the grass seems to respond by growing faster and growing new shoots of grass throughout the tank. So from my observations, it seems that the grass can be kind of lazy when it knows that it's not getting eaten. And then once it has signal that grasshoppers are in the area, it starts releasing a whole bunch of new shoots of grass blades. And that way it compensates for the fact that it's being eaten. As many grasshoppers as I've put in here, I've never seen the grasshoppers actually take out the grass. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I might try adding many grasshoppers just to see what happens to the grass and if the grass responds in a more extreme manner. But from what I've seen, there's no way that these herbivores have been able to make really a dent on the grass that's growing here in the ecosystem. And so I'll continue to monitor the population of the grasshoppers, and I'll also add a humidity and temperature monitor so that we can make sure that the conditions inside this biome are right for this type of grasshopper.